Thank you, Lucky. Appreciate that. Your modern day philosopher? Modern day something. Okay. So, I wanted to talk to you about fitness. And specifically, the dialogue about fitness. Fitness is something that there are people who are full-time experts on this. They know how to organize a workout plan. They're personal trainers or they're coaches or something like that, or they have a super high level of expertise. And then you have people like myself, maybe you, people who do fitness-related activities pretty often. Maybe you've done athletics in the past, and you're just trying to stay in shape and work on your body. There are certain people who, let's just say, how to respond to the naysayers or the doubters. Let's go to this. Okay. People who talk shit about fitness. And this isn't just saying that, oh, you shouldn't get fit. It's the question. I'm not trying to single anyone out. I'm just talking about a pattern of behavior that tends to happen. You've got some happy person here. Look at how happy this person is. This is a nice, lovely individual. They've got a body, they've got legs, and they've got arms. And they want to get fit because fitness is bis. Fitness does a bunch of things for you. You get benefits for being fit. What are the benefits or the areas where you could work on your fitness? Let's say you've got cardiovascular fitness. Cardiovascular means heart, veins, basically. And this involves your heart and your lungs working together to pump blood throughout your body to get nutrients to the various regions. Like this foot here, that's pretty far away from the heart, which is in the middle. The hand, that's pretty far away. And if you want to have really good circulation, you should do cardiovascular stuff. Well, what kind of cardiovascular stuff can you do? Well, you could do running. Running is simple. All you need are shoes and probably pants or shorts so you don't get arrested. But aside from that, maybe a shirt, depending on how you're... Anyways. And the weather. Maybe you need some cold weather gear if you're wanting to get really specific. But this is a really simple setup. This is cheap. Maybe you've got 100 USD shoes. That should be fine. Maybe you've got another $50 for this category here. But this is cheap as hell. And one thing that comes up really often is you say, well, I've been working on my running. And then people say, well, can't you get injured with running? Yes, you can get injured with running. So we can say there's a risk to running. What is another example of cardiovascular fitness that I would say is really good for you? Let's go with swimming. What do you need for this? Swimsuit, goggles, and that's about it. Oh, you need a pool. Yeah, that's kind of important, I guess. So with this one, that's really good for working out your heart and your lungs. When you swim, not only do you run your feet and your legs and stuff like you do when you're running, you have to move your arms too. So it's really good. But there are some risks. You could get swimmer's ear, or you could drown if you're bad at swimming and there's no lifeguard. So yes, there's a risk. But what about cycling? If you don't want to mess up your knees and you don't want to drown or something, you could do cycling. What does that require? We'll say clothes, shoes, so your toe doesn't go in the bicycle thing, and then a bicycle, and probably bike safe lanes or trails. You can't go everywhere the same way that you can with running, so cycling is a little bit more limited unless you have an off-road bike, in which case you can do whatever you want. So these are 3 cardiovascular things. If you were cycling, you could get hit by a car. You could drive off a cliff. You could fall over. You could run into something. For all of these, there is a risk. But what if you have a happy buddy over here who says, you know what? All that, it sounds dangerous to me. And I'm just gonna not do that. I'm not gonna do that. I've got a a grumpy face when it comes to fitness. Heck that. Running hurts knees. Swimming, people drown. Cycling, you crash into stuff and people hit you. While it's true that you do have all these risks, what if you don't do cardio? What are the downsides here? No cardio. What happens? You can get blood clots. You get fatigued. You just have less total energy overall. You don't sleep as well. You get grumpy. People are just grouchy. And they don't know why. They think that it's for some political or existential reason, but maybe they just didn't take themselves for a walk. This person was risking it for the biscuits and going running, cycling, and swimming. And yes, while you do put yourself at risk by going outside, if you say no to all of these things, then you sign up for this kind of stuff. So you should be aware whenever you're trying to backseat someone's fitness plan, you should be aware that they are taking on some risk for any kind of workout they do. It could be a strength workout too. Let's say this person wants to focus on strength training. What can you get from that? Lifting weights? You could get some weights and then lift them. You probably need clothes and shoes too. What could happen if you lifted weights? You could drop the weight on your toe and it could injure you. Does that mean that you shouldn't lift weights because something bad could happen? In my opinion, no. You should just be responsible and try to pay attention. Some bad stuff will happen to you in your life. That's part of life. Every day you've got a card deal of some good luck and some bad luck. Sometimes you have a nice parking space wherever you're trying to go. Other times you have to park way the fuck away. What you should focus on is what is in your control and what is your plan? What is your objective? What are you trying to do? Fitness is something that's a personal choice, and there are a lot of different ways to go about it. I would say personally that the best route forward would be the one that is the most sustainable for you, which means it's not too much effort. Let's say, what is the perfect balance if we could just guess at that? We'll have this be a fancy color. Perfect balance of fitness. The perfect fitness plan should be sustainable, meaning that you can repeat it on a regular basis and you don't get too bored, and you can just keep at it day after day, so you have consistency in a routine. It should be fun. If it's really painful and obnoxious and annoying, you're going to quit because you don't want to do it and there's not enough of an upside. It's going to hurt a little bit. So we're going to say mild to moderate discomfort. In a perfect fitness plan, you do have discomfort because fitness is hard. Like running, it's hard. It does hurt some of the time, but then you get some endorphins and you can keep going, but then it hurts a little bit more. And you should be able to know the difference between mild to moderate discomfort, like I'm feeling a little bit winded, my legs are tired, versus I'm about to pull something or injure one of my tendons, that kind of a thing. And that's about knowing the difference between dull pain and sharp pain. So listen to your body, don't hurt yourself. It's okay to end a run early or end a cycling route early so you don't hurt yourself. But there is going to be some mild to moderate discomfort. People who are selling the shit on YouTube and stuff, they help all these ads for just take this supplement and then you're going to get fit. Fuck that shit. It's a bunch of snake oil garbage. If you actually want to get fit, it is going to be uncomfortable. You're going to go out there and you're going to say, this sucks. That happens. If you run enough, you're going to have some beautiful runs where you just kind of get into a stride, you feel pretty good, and you're happy as a clam. Even on the bad runs, you're mitigating the risk of this, you're mitigating the risk of this, you're mitigating the risk of this, and you're mitigating this by front-loading your discomfort. If you don't have any discomfort, then it's going to come out at some point with all this other shit. So you should have a sustainable and fun with a mild to moderate amount of discomfort. That's probably a decent workout plan, but one trick that you can add would be a buddy or a team. Someone to keep you accountable. This is something that I would say is a weak point in my fitness. I'm not on a team right now for running or lifting or whatever I'm doing. Basically, Sal will ask me sometimes if I've been running, and I have another friend who asks me now and then, but I don't have any group or team that I'm involved in. That social, you could even call it social pressure, but just the accountability and togetherness of working out with other people is a really, really big plus. Another one would be resting between. So you're resting between your workouts. There is such a thing as setting yourself up to crash if you push too hard. You should be able to understand how to push yourself to the point that you can make some gains, or at least maintain your fitness, or even just get into shape without hurting yourself. Usually they say 48 hours is a good amount to let your muscle group fully recover if you really, really do a hard workout. I just did 3 days of running in a row, and I could kind of feel it in my ankles and knees that my tendons were more tired than my muscles were. So I'm going to take tomorrow off by resting properly. What else is there for this? I would say probably mixing it up or adding challenges so you don't get too bored with it. It kind of loops back to the fun category, but it's also a way to round off any category that doesn't really hit all of the muscle groups, like running, for example. It's not really going to do a ton for your upper body strength. It's good for your cardio, and it's good for your legs and your joints getting stronger and all that, but it's not going to help you get beefy arms. So you could add in some strength training in addition to that. You could also say this, coach or personal trainer. So that's basically how I would break down fitness. Yes, you're taking some risks by doing any activities. The weights can be dropped on your toes, your bike can fall over, you could have some swimmers here, or you could trip over something while you're running. But by choosing where the discomfort happens in your life and doing a workout, you're really taking care of your health. In addition to that, you can also focus on just being a more athletic human being. You're kind of increasing your stats, not even kind of. You are increasing your stats as a creature that can run and jump and achieve and dance. We could even say dance here. Shit, you don't even need like a standard sport. This is some basic stuff here. Look at this. Dance. Clothes, probably. And a good floor. And that's all you need. Maybe a dance partner if it's a multi-person dance style. So yeah, basically this is just my take on fitness. If someone else is talking about their fitness plan and they've been at it for some time and you're not a personal trainer, try to find some way to encourage them. It is good to give feedback now and then, but I don't know. I just kind of needed to vent about people who they hear that you're doing some kind of workout and they're like, oh, I heard you get injured doing that. To me, it seems almost like a way that people will find a way to make an excuse to not work out because it's dangerous to work out. So I am being cautious and prudent by staying inside and not exerting myself because that's dangerous business. Go do some workouts and stay safe. Try to strike the balance. You got injured getting out of bed in the morning? People step on Legos all the time. No one is safe.